Hi, and thank you for joining me. So let's talk about the possible kindergarten teacher questions and answers, okay? But before I go on, I would like to say one thing regarding your demo, because after the interview questions, you will likely be called on to come have a teaching demo where you will be left alone in the classroom to take over the class to teach the children while they watch you perform. Okay, so during your demo, I want to say something very important. When you're teaching kindergarten children, I want you to understand that body language is very important. How you use your hand gesticulation, how you use your facial expression, to demonstrate what you're teaching at a particular time, how you use your body, your whole body language to illustrate and portray your teaching at that time to the children matters a whole lot, because children react a lot to body language. They always are hooked on attention on that particular thing. For if you're able to carry them along with your body language while you teach, it's enough to keep their attention on you. And when you get the attention of children, you are likely to help them learn or understand what you're teaching at that particular time. Children react to body language a whole lot. They like the facial expression to show what you're teaching. They like the hand gestures to show what you're teaching, to portray what you're teaching. They love the body movement to portray what you're teaching. This way, children respond and they even want to speak back. They want to air their opinion. They want to say what they also know or what they're learning from you. That is how you get to understand that children are hearing you and they can also understand what you're saying. So when the interviewer is watching the interaction between you and the children. You must be able to carry children along to portray what you're teaching in the simplest way possible, in a childlike way. So body language is important. When the children begins to respond to the way you're carrying out your teaching, that is how the interviewer knows that you know how to engage children, you know how to relate with children, you know how to make children understand the lessons, okay? So that is number one thing an interviewer is looking out for in a kindergarten setting or a preschool setting, okay? Body language is very vital during teaching. Also, if you do not have previous experience, it's okay. All you need to say to the interviewer is, "Ma'am or sir, at this time, I do not have any formal experience, but from my experience studying in school, this and this and this and this is all I know about childcare." At this time, at this point, you begin to tell the interviewer things that you know based on the things that you've studied in school. This is how the interviewer gets to know that if given the opportunity, you will be able to perform the duties right. All you need is an opportunity to put into practice all that you have learned in school. So do not worry. But I would strongly advise that if you know ahead of time that you want to be a teacher, you want to be a teaching assistant, or even in any field, or especially teaching at this time, if you know in your head, in your mind, you want to be a teacher, I will advise strongly that you begin to volunteer to help children in places like the orphanage homes. That is, if you don't have any formal experience in the school system, okay, in the school surrounding, I will advise you begin ahead of time to begin to volunteer for school, for orphanage homes. Go help children in orphanage homes. Go there. There are lots of children that need help, that need teaching, that don't understand English, that need people to read to them. You can volunteer to help children in orphanage homes, volunteer to help children in special needs schools for children. You can help to help children to read, to learn, to write in centers for children with disabilities. I have done all these things, okay? Even when I did mine, I volunteered in Nigeria to help children in hospitals. I volunteered in Kenya to help orphanage children. I taught them how to read and to write, and also read storybooks to them and play with them. I was there for a week. I have volunteered in Dubai for children with special needs here in Dubai, also children with disabilities here in Dubai. So it is very rewarding, okay? I did it then because I love it. I still love it, but then it helps to build your CV. If you have these experiences, even if you've never worked in a school before, you can put them right there on your CV as the experience that you have, and then you can put in your certification. As for me, any day, anytime, my experiences volunteering for children in orphanage homes and all of the places I've been to, I always put the experiences in all my CVs. My teaching CV, even when I wanted to apply as a teaching assistant, I put it there. It was right there, and that really helped me. So you can do the same, so you have some type of child care experience even though it is not in the school system. I hope you understand. Now let's go into likely questions. I will try my best to answer as much as I can, but you also can think out of the box and answer the questions as possible, as much as you can. So I have written some questions here, so I might be looking down a little bit. So let's go. Questions you might likely be asked. They might ask you more, okay, but I just prepared just a few just to give you an idea of what to expect. So now the first question you might likely be asked, maybe not the first, but you might likely be asked is, tell me about yourself and why you want to be a preschool teacher. So it is very important that you refer to the qualities that a good kindergarten teacher must have, okay? You begin to tell the interviewer what good qualities a kindergarten teacher must possess, okay? And refer those qualities to yourself as having them, and then let the interviewer know how passionate you are about the job, about being a preschool teacher, about loving children, about having the interest of developing the growth of children. This is how the interviewer knows you as a person. Tell me about yourself. So you're telling the interviewer who you are by letting the interviewer know the qualities that you possess as a kindergarten teacher that qualifies you for that role, okay? So another question, and also make the interviewer understand that you understand fully well the responsibilities that is attached to being a kindergarten teacher. Let the interviewer know that you are well prepared for that role. So another likely question you might be asked is, so they might say, tell me the reasons why you have chosen to be a preschool teacher. So it is important that you give a number of reasons, okay? You might want to give 5 reasons, you might want to give 3 reasons, but make sure you give a number of reasons. How many you want is up to you, but make sure they are in numbers, okay? So I will try to answer this question as best as I can, okay, for the purpose of this video. Tell me the reason why you have chosen to be a preschool teacher. I would like to be a preschool teacher because I will make big impact in the lives of children. Okay. Number 2, you don't have to say number 2. I enjoy the responsibilities that comes with being a preschool teacher. I enjoy teaching children. I love every single responsibilities that comes with it, with the role. Okay. Number 3, I get great satisfaction from seeing the impact my teaching makes on children, okay? Because definitely if you make impact in the lives of children through your teaching, that means development will take place, okay? So now another question you might likely be asked is, how do you define success in your work as a preschool teacher? Now, here is my answer. Success for me as a preschool teacher is seeing children responding positively to my teaching. That is success. When children are responding positively to a teacher's teaching and expressing great learning, that is great success, okay, for any teacher, okay? Secondly, watching them consistently progress. Their constant progress, not maybe progress today and the next time they are failing. Consistent progress, watching the children consistently progressing is success to any teacher, okay? Thirdly, seeing the children happy and developing manners and important skills, okay, makes me know I am making positive impact, okay? Now, number 4, fourth way I define success is how I use different creative methods to achieve my teaching goals. Okay, so if children begin to respond to your teaching methods, different teaching methods that you bring about, it means as much as they respond to it positively, it means that you are achieving something. Okay, so now let's see the next question. It says, how would you handle behavioral issues in the classroom? Now, this is the answer I have written down. First of all, I would not see the situation as a bad thing. I would take it as part of my responsibility, and I will use creative ways to keep the children positive and engaged. I will also make sure to involve parents regarding any behavioral issues. Now, this is how I will handle it. I would always praise good behavior and ignore negative behavior. This would help teach the child that positive good behavior will gain my attention and praise. Other methods I will use to handle behavioral issues include using positive language. It is important to encourage positive language, and while communicating, using positive language while communicating with the children, and also using classroom rewards. It is important to use classroom rewards because for children who have behavioral issues or behave badly in class, when they see their mates or their peers getting good rewards for good behavior, they will want to change. They will want, so if I behave good, I get rewards for behaving good, and they might likely want to change and start behaving good. So it is important to use classroom rewards, ignore negative behavior, and praise positive behavior. These are ways children can understand that bad behavior is not good. All right, so another question is, what skills and qualities are needed to be a great preschool teacher? Okay, so this is my answer. You need to understand your subject. As a teacher, you need to know what you're teaching. Okay, you need to understand your subject and style of teaching. You also need to be patient. Patience is very, very important when it comes to handling children. Okay, even if you don't have any of those qualities, you can learn to know how to, you can learn to be kind, you can learn to be positive, you can learn to be patient, you can learn everything. There is nothing impossible. So you need to understand your subject and your style of teaching. Check to know if your style of teaching, the children are responding to your style of teaching. If they're responding positively to your style of teaching, then you are doing great. But if you're not responding well to your style of teaching or your method of teaching, you might want to change your method as a teacher so as to find the best way to communicate your teaching to the children for them to understand. Okay, so you also need to be patient. Okay, you also need to be patient. You need to be positive. You need to be adaptable. You need to be creative. You need to be very creative. You need to be able to think out of the box to create things. To begin, to create things that children can easily, ways children can learn how to make the class look in certain ways that children can learn from. You need to think out of the. You need to be able to think out of the box most of the time. You also need to be physically creative, like how to decorate the class, how to tell your teaching assistant to make the class this way, to do this that way. This is what I want, because your creativity in your head, what you want is what you sell to your teaching assistant, and your teaching assistant will be able to create your own creation, your imagination, to make the class better, to make learning better for the children. Okay, so creativity is important. Being supportive, very important. Working in cooperation with your teaching assistant is very important so as to help the children effectively well. Being a great communicator during teaching, how to talk to the children is very important. You need to learn and know how to talk to the children properly, and also not just to the children, how to communicate with the parents of the children. Great communication skills is highly important. Yes, a great communication skills is highly important. Those are the qualities of a teacher. Remember, body language is important. Your method of teaching is important. Make sure you create a method of teaching that children can easily understand from, can learn easily from. If it's not working out, it's okay. It's not a death sentence. Change your method and see what works best for the children. Okay, you need to be adaptable as well. You need to be able to adapt to situations going around you. You need to be patient. You need to be able to tolerate. You have to be tolerant. no matter how children come in different ways. Some are very stubborn, some are very aggressive. You have to know how to adapt. You need to be adaptable, you need to be tolerant to accept their way of behavior or their way of life, so that when you are patient or you are adaptable, or you will be able to attend to their needs and help them accordingly. So these are the qualities and likely questions of being a preschool teacher. I hope this makes sense to you. Please drop comments for me in the comment section below. I will be more than happy to respond to you. Thank you so much. Let me know what else you will want me to talk about. I will gladly make the video for you. A lot of my subscribers have asked me for so many videos, and this is one of them. Thank you all for your contribution towards anything that I do. I love you all so very much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye, guys.